Alright, what's up, guys? Um, there is some new weekend events that came out, and there was some tickets for like the weekend pool or whatever. And I believe it was only for one day. I didn't get anything amazing. That's why I didn't like record it or do anything about it. I did get a returning like player reward. Let me see if I can show that. Okay, so I got this. Super Saiyan Goku, which I already had one on this account. My friend got one. And I also got Super Saiyan Trunks GT, which is also pretty, like, okay. The thing about these units is, you have to use the Kais to increase their super attack, so you have to be more, I would say, frugal with your units. Now this one I got it from the weekend ticket, so it's alright, but again, to awaken him you need to take him up with that. Let's see what else. Hidden potential, yeah. So it's a lot more work, I would say, because I don't know. Yeah, because you need this specific one, and that comes from an event, and it's not up. So that's why it's not as good, because you need these specific medals for him. And the same with, I think it's this one, Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Yeah, this was the other one that I got, was alright. But again, it's from, let's see, Super. Yeah, so you need the keys for that. So it's not up right now, but you can get it if you have the keys. And it's not, I don't think it's worth it. Cause those keys, are limited. And yeah, it's not that good. Like, it's not as good. And these are crap units. They just go up to super rare. But let me show you what I'm actually working on right now, which is this Frieza unit. And I already got his super attack up to +3, farming him up. And he's the same as Goku, so that's why I wanna be like on the grind this whole weekend. It took me, I wanna say I played maybe about 30 minutes for each Goku. But just getting the drops for the Goku is the hard part, because you need 10 drops for it, and that's random. So it took me a little bit longer to get the Gokus. It takes random, so it could take you a little bit, take you a lot. But you need 14 of the unit, 10 to max the skill, and then 4 for the potential, and then you actually need to grind up all of these medals, which is annoying. So you need 80, 100 medals. You need 100 medals for that. And there is some events going on right now. The weekend events. There's this one. That gives you a lot of EXP, and I'm not sure if you can actually get the girl pen. Yeah, you can actually. It says there's a chance you can get her, so she's pretty. I don't know if she's good or not. And then you can train, get a bunch of experience, a bunch of money, bunch of items. Like there's a lot of stuff you can get. This is from events. I haven't really been doing those. I've just been grinding up on this event this one right now. And I'll show you the stage for Frieza. And the cool thing about the 4-year anniversary is there's gonna be 3-minute stamina. And I already started using Frieza. He's not strong. And they changed the loading screen. It looks pretty cool if you ask me. Yeah, so this is a different stage. I tried to avoid almost everything. Oh man, there's no good. I could take a 5 on that side. I could take a 6 on the other. I'd rather take the 5. I could take a 2. I could take a 2. I'll take a 2 and go to the right. I should have taken the 5 to get the blue. And I'll take the 5 right here and get that. And then I'll take the 1. Or I could take the 5 and then take the 1. I'll do this first, just to see if we can. We'll take the item instead of the money because we don't really need money. You don't really need like a lot of Zenny unless you're like a big like pay to play player, or you get really lucky and you need to grind out like a specific unit. Oh my goodness. So all the super attacks actually just filled up right here. These animations are pretty amazing if you ask me. And one of the reasons why I quit Skylanders so easily is because, well, there's multiple reasons, but the community wasn't there. Like I would go on Reddit every single day. I still check the subreddit for Skylanders, not daily anymore because nobody posts on it anymore daily. So there's very little reason for me to check on it daily if nobody's even posting on it. And another thing was here we go, I haven't really seen Frieza Super, but another thing was the community died out so quickly because Come To Us wasn't listening. Like on Reddit they had already, even before, like when it was still in beta, they were telling them about the gold problem. And the American like developers, because there's 2 developers, the American ones and the Korean ones, where the game is actually being made in in I think it's like Taiwan or Korea or whoever owns the rights to it. So they would the American team actually did like a live stream for Skylanders. They did a live stream for it, and the fans they would ask the development team, and they would like ask questions, and then all the American developers, all they would say is, "Oh, we'll pass it on to the Korean team and see what they say about this." That's how we basically learned everything about the game. Also, we got a drop. That's basically how we learned about the game. Basically, from like whatever the Korean team would tell the American team, and that's how when they added the percentage after they added the guaranteed drops, and then there was like a bug for. I forgot what the unit is called already, but there was like a bug or something. They asked the Americans that, and the Korean team like confirmed like there was a bug. Like the American team is basically just an intermediary, and they just they don't listen to what the community was actually saying, because like they would ask for specific things, and like the gold issue, they've been complaining since the beginning, and come to us just completely ignored the fans. And it's just frustrating when the developers don't listen. That's the same thing with IGG. Like, we've played this game for 6 years, and not once has IGG like listened to a community. Well, I mean, technically you could say that, oh, with Martayai and what he did with the letter or whatever, but I feel like they were gonna implement that already. Like, why is some random Spanish YouTuber getting more attention from IGG than JT, who was the biggest like voice in the community for us? Oh, we have 2 drops now, so we can go right or left, and I'm gonna go left. Not to be offensive to Martayai, like, I subscribe to him, but it's just weird how he's getting more. Like, he's on the test server for Castle Clash, and JT's never shown like anything on the test server. We've never seen anything like that. Though, to be fair, he can, if he wanted to, just make like the content, but he has to spend the money for it. Okay, so let's see if we can get it this time. But yeah, with Skylanders, like, you do get the guaranteed drop rate, but I don't know, I was never like, from the beginning, like, I just didn't like how the units looked, to be honest. Like, I was never attached to a single Skylander. If I'm gonna be honest, I was never attached to a single Skylander. Like, I always complain, like, Kaboom ugly, like Whamshell ugly. Like the best unit was Chill, and she is just a tank unit, and it's just one unit. Like that's not enough for me to like stick around. Like even the new units like Drobot and all that stuff, like they weren't even accessible or anything. They were legendary units. I compare that to Castle Crash. Like all the units in Castle Crash are like there's like so many. Like Heartbreaker, she wasn't accessible like right from the start, but she was still like an alright unit. There's Harpy Queen right from the start. It wasn't that difficult to obtain her. And there's like so many good units in Castle Clash. Like they take into consideration their design. Like Candy Cane, when she came out, like they had to redesign her. Like they care about how their units look, because they know if a unit doesn't look good, people aren't gonna get like attached to it or anything. Like Pumpkin Duke, when Pumpkin Duke came out, it was the pirate captain, and they completely redesigned it because they already knew like how units look is basically going to like either attract or repel an audience. And I look at Dragon Ball Z. Oh my god, I love this Goku. Goku's the one that gives them the key energy to fill it up. And once Frieza becomes stronger, it's gonna be just way better. I could shortcut and give him the supreme, like the Kais that I have, but I'm just gonna save those for another unit. Maybe the Goku that I have right there, since I can skill him up and give him like the one potential Goku that I have. But I'm just gonna save it, see how it goes, to be honest. But yeah, IGG has always cared about how the units look and what people think of their game. They don't care about like free to play players, obviously, because they still want to make money, but they care about like pay to play players because they're the ones that actually spend the money. Like Lavanica, well, to be honest, the skins are kind of lackluster, but since they put so much emphasis on the new heroes every month, like even Commodora and all the new Lazulix, Zapdos, that skin is amazing. And Cosmo, like you can see that they care about their units, but in Skylanders, I just was never into how the units looked, because they just, I don't know. To me, like they could have, even if it's based on the models for like the Skylanders series, like Spyro's still there. Like Spyro, the game, when like you have so much that you can do with it. Like look at this. Like look at Dragon Ball Z, how they do it. Like see that? Like you can't do anything like this. And you see that Frieza. I'll try and see if I can actually show it off, and then I'll end the video. That Frieza, like that I always use as a friend. Like I'll show you the design of it. I think I can actually like click it. Yeah, so you just see that. You see how it looks? Like, just how amazing is that? Compare it to Skylanders. And the UI is so terrible on Skylanders compared to this. Like, and all of the freebies that they're giving away in this game, like, I'm surprised it took me so much. I never even heard of it until my friend recommended it. And it's just such a good game. Like, I ignored it for a while too because I was like, it's probably not that good anyways. But then I was like, you know what? Because I saw how much memory was taking up on my phone. It was almost 4 gigabytes. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it out because it has a lot. It's taking up a lot of memory, and I just want to give it a shot before I even uninstall it or delete it or give the account back to him because it's taking up a bunch of memory. And once I just started playing, I was like, "Are you serious? This is an amazing game. This is a premium Goku, so it's not really like it's a limited rarity." But it's such an amazing card, and it rotates. Like they bring the banners around rotation. It's like a gacha, basically all gachas. How they add new units, like the Fire Emblem one. Fire Emblem, I played that and I got so bored so quickly because they just made like the stamina, and then the herbs were so rare to get. Like they were so stingy in that game compared to this. Like I already got my gifts that they gave you the daily, but I get daily like minimum 10 gifts plus the returning player bonus, which is gonna wear off in 2 days. But they give their players like a lot just to keep them retained because they know like the gacha market. This is where Skylanders messed up because the gacha market, there's so many gachas out there now. Like when you're talking about like Summoners War, like you can just say, oh, like Summoners War has such a large player base. Like why didn't Skylanders just copy them directly? Well, because there's so many gachas now. Like Summoners War, a lot of like players are still there because they played it for so many years now. I think like it's as old as Castle Clash, which is like 6 years. And the reason why Summoners War had an advantage versus other games is because it came pre-installed on some Samsung devices, so people just started playing it like it was already pre-installed. So they would just start playing it, and that's how they got into Summoners War. It's not like they it's not that they can do that these days anymore because most games can't do that. This was 6 years ago when like mobile gaming was still new, but now they're not gonna give like preferential treatment to any game anymore because they know like, oh, we can make our own apps and all the like the bloatware that comes in. It's like Samsung devices these days, so it's not the same for Skylanders, and they just market it poorly. Like I was reading that there's like an event going on in Europe, I think in Germany or something, where they're doing a Summoners War event, and they're not even marketing their other games there. Like that's an easy opportunity to get like free exposure to Skylanders. They're not even taking advantage of that. And with Dragon Ball Z Dokkan, the 4 year anniversary, like there's leaks from the Japan server and they get translated like immediately. They get translated immediately, and sure they give preferential treatment to like the Japanese player base, but that doesn't really bother me because most like even Castle Clash does that with Taiwan. Like they give them a bunch of special stuff, and iOS they get extremely good rewards. But compared to Dokkan, like you still get amazing rewards. Like it's not like they do give them some special units, but then they come over here like a little bit later or something. So it's not like giving them huge advantage or anything. And plus, you don't really compete with them because they have their own server, and we're playing on the global server, even in world tournaments. And I'm gonna end it off because it's already been 25 minutes and it started to become like super rant video. So I apologize for that, but I mean, I just wanted to talk about it because it's something that um, not a lot of like people address, in my opinion, because the Castle Clash community has already like dwindled down greatly. Like even when I log in to do Lava 3 randoms, I struggle to find a team now. Like even 3 or 4 players, I can't even join in a lava. It took me like 5 minutes to do a lava 3. So it's just surprising to me, like the drop off that's been happening with the player base. And IGG's not even listening, so yeah, it's just. But I do like that they changed the donation thing to 20 because every 10 hours I was not about to be logging in like 2 or 3 times just to donate. But now, like with 20, like I log in every day at the same time, so I only miss 4. So yeah, I actually like that. I wish they would do like 24 or maybe like 36, just so you can like, cause I know some people don't play like daily anymore. They log in like to do guild wars and then they log off and then they don't play. So yeah, I'm gonna end it now because I'm just ranting again. But anyways, peace out.